time will tell how long he'll last. But he is now going to be the man in charge. Senior himself hasn't got a whole pedigree behind him, even though he struts around like he's the next Jose Mourinho, and you know, he's got the arrogance, which is fine, but he hasn't got anything to really back that arrogance up with yet.
He literally is the reincarnate of Leo Messi. He's been compared to Leo Messi, to Eden Hazard, due to his low centre of gravity, his incredible close control, and his ability to weave in and out in between tight spaces.
I don't know who he is, and you don't know who he is if you're watching, so don't lie to me, people. He's the next Messi, apparently. Where are you getting these stats from as well?
Super excited about this one. Chelsea have just signed the new Leo Messi. And I know we keep going, oh my God, everyone's the new Leo Messi. Arda Güler's a new Leo Messi. Everyone's a new Leo Messi. But literally, this guy has just signed for Chelsea Football Club. Okay, and his name is Ibrahim Rabaj. He's 16 years old. He plays as an attacking midfielder, as a winger. He literally is the reincarnate of Leo Messi. The guy even looks like him. He plays like him. He's been compared to Leo Messi, to Eden Hazard, due to his low centre of gravity, his incredible close control, and his ability to weave in and out in between tight spaces. This really is one to watch. Okay. Within the last 72 hours, okay, of him just turned 17, Barcelona and AC Milan have specifically sent their scouts to watch this kid multiple times in the hope of signing him. And as soon as he turned 17, Chelsea nabbed him, sat his little Messi ass down and said, sign the contract, and he did. And of course, he signed for a long-term contract. He's already been integrated into the first team this week because the buzz is so high about this guy. I think that we are already going to see him this season, maybe even play, not in the Carabao Cup because Chelsea are out of that, but maybe we might see him in the FA Cup. Maybe we'll see him even in Premier League games if Chelsea are in winning positions. But I am super excited to see this kid. If anyone hasn't heard of Ibrahim Rabaj, I highly urge you to go and check out some of his YouTube clips. I think within about 40 games, he's already got 52 goals and 60 assists. He's branded as the most exciting talent to come out of Cobham since Jamal Musiala. Right? What's your thoughts, Geezer?
Who the is this kid? I don't know. What's going on there? Ibrahim Rabaj. I mean, Mark, he sounds great, again? But you've made out like, huh?
Say his name again.
Ibrahim Rabaj. That's what you said it was. Ibrahim Rabaj.
Yeah, Rabaj.
Viewers, like, tell me if you know this. And don't just try and mug me off and just say, oh, this guy, you know, he's got a football podcast. He should know who this is. I don't know who he is. And you don't know who he is if you're watching. So don't lie to me, people. Right. He's the next Messi, apparently. Where are you getting these stats from as well? Where is he currently playing? Where was he?
He's for Chelsea. He's been playing for Chelsea in the under-16s. He's played in the England youth.
Yeah.
In the under...
Got it.
In the under-12.
Got
it.
Of
course, this is his first professional contract. Yeah.
Right. Look, dubbed as the new Messi. Obviously, we hear that a lot. So you're going to get a lot of people saying, well, come on, mate. Everyone's dubbed as the new Messi, right? Arda Güler, whoever else that you just mentioned. So fine. You are Chelsea. I'm happy to take your steer on this one. On a scale of 1 to 10, just a quick answer because I've got a follow-up question to this. On a scale of 1 to 10, not using the number 7, how excited are you about Ibrahim Rabaj?
9.
Why?
If you
Apart from what you've just said. Yeah, but they're YouTube clips. I can look good on YouTube. Do you remember Andre Santos?
No, you couldn't.
He used to play left back on a. There's clips out there. There was a geezer called Andre Santos we had at left back. Yeah, he was like some kebab eating, barely a footballer, like part-time plumber. Yet on YouTube, he looked like the next Roberto Carlos. My point being is that okay, YouTube clips to an extent, but I've seen Estevão, right? And I know they're going to be different type of players. Estevão's, quite an electric dribbler and, he's driving towards a box. And I know this kid apparently has a bit more guile as well to his game, although, Estevão, I think, has that in him. You get excited about Estevão. Chelsea fans are excited about Estevão, understandably why. He looks a fantastic talent. Is this kid more exciting for you than Estevão?
I mean, no, but I get. But then I would say, who is more excited than Estevão?
Messi, bro.
Yeah, but that might be like doing it. Look, I'm excited to see what he can do because there is a lot more hype. I mean, when we do these transfers, we talk about all the big names. We also talk about some of the smaller names, and with the small names, we're like, oh yeah, is it the right time? Should he be loaned out and this and that? I think I feel a little bit different about this. Just going back to your Estevão, it's hard. I will ask you, who is more exciting than Estevão? Because I can't really think of any player out there that's more exciting than Estevão at the age of 18 right now. The only one that I would say that I'm a little bit excited to see is that kid Carl from Bayern Munich, who's like 16. And he's already playing in the Champions League for Bayern. He's already ripping up and scoring goals. I think he is super exciting. Him and Estevão are the only ones. Apart from that, there's no one that excites you more than Estevão. So that's put that straight.
If we're not going to include Lamine Yamal, then because he's already kind of made it.
That's it. I mean,
then if we're going to say Estevão, fine, and obviously Max Dauman's very junior in his career. He's only 15, but he looks an exciting prospect. I agree with you. Look, who's more exciting than Estevão right now in terms of a kid that's burst onto the scene? That's that age, 18, 19. No one. But then. Okay, that's fine.
I would love to integrate him into the team, which Liam Rosenior is.
But that's what I was going to ask you. Yes, okay. So let's get on to that then, yeah? Liam Rosenior is going to be tasked with integrating and managing this kid, at least in his early development, into the senior side, or however long Rosenior lasts at Chelsea. Time will tell how long he'll last. But he is now going to be the man in charge. He's going to be tasked to oversee this. Rosenior himself hasn't got a whole pedigree behind him, even though he struts around like he's the next Jose Mourinho, and he's got the arrogance, which is fine, but he hasn't got anything to really back that arrogance up with yet.
Yeah.
Are you worried about his development, this kid's development, who sounds on paper like he could be huge? Are you worried about his development? And if you want to throw in Estevão, you're worried about Estevão's development under Rosenior. He looked great against Arsenal yesterday, no doubt. But are you worried about Ibrahim Rabaj?
No, because even though the manager Liam Rosenior doesn't have a huge body of work, what's the word? At Hull, at Strasbourg, during those times as a manager, he has had a reputation of bringing in and integrating new, younger players into not just his squad, into the first team. That's one of the main reasons why Blueco wanted to hire him, because he has that reputation. So it's actually a good thing that he's now integrating Rabaj into the team. And it looks like there's going to be a lot more hope that he's going to be able to get some minutes. And hopefully this season, we will be able to see a little bit of what he can do. Because if Chelsea are winning loads of games, I would like to assume that there will be some games this season where Chelsea are winning at home, maybe 3-0 against a team. I don't know. It's so unpredictable with Chelsea, but I would like to think we have done that before this season, so it can be done. And in those types of games, in FA Cup games where we're winning, we're playing lower league teams or whatever it is, bring him on. Let's see what he can do. And I think because of Liam Rosenior's history of integrating new younger players, I think there's a high chance that we could see this kid this season, and then we'll be able to see how exciting is he. Can he hack it real in the first team, in the Premier League?
So Mark, if you bring him on in these games, I agree with you. You want to bring him on. Bring him on. Who's he jumping the queue ahead of? Who's he jumping ahead of?
Yeah, but if you're winning 3-0, and then you've got Gittins playing in the FA Cup,
I agree.
You can just take him off.
No, but that's what I'm asking. Like, so so is he jumping ahead of Gittins though, or you're saying Gittins would have started that game? You can't do it now.
Look, the guy's 17. You can't do that. Look, I don't rate Gittins. I don't think many Chelsea fans do. I know you don't, right? But Gittins still is getting a lot of game time, more than I think he deserves based on his raw abilities. I think that that Liam Rosenior needs to test the waters with this kid. Put him in the right circumstance, put him into a high level Chelsea first team game. Right? Even at the end, give him a few minutes. Let's see what he can do. Very much how like Arteta brings in Max Dowman. You know, Max Dowman had some wonderful games in the preseason. He hasn't featured so much during the main portion of the season because you have such a wealth of players, a wealth of experienced players. So it's hard for him to get game time. But the kid's like 15. But you do see sprinkles of appearances from him in some cups at the end of the Premier League game. So I hope that Liam Rosenior does the same thing with Rabaj, just like Arteta does with Max Dowman. I'll be very happy with that. And you know what? If the guy plays well and he starts to play, he starts to have more of an impact than Gittins, he gets an assist, or he managed to get an assist every single game that he plays, or he scores a goal. Slowly but surely, he'll rise up the pecking order and overtake Gittins. And hopefully, we want the best for our players, especially for our homegrown players. If he can get past Gittin, he gets past Garnacho, and he finally ends up within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years as a mainstay, as the left winger or the number 10. I mean, we're only going to know if you give him the chance, but he has a reputation. He scored an unbelievable amount of assists and goals as a youth team player. And the next step is to integrate him in the first team, which Liam Rosenior has done just now, this week.
Yeah, that's fun. Look, I think he's one thing. This kid's going to be hungry, right? And
yeah,
my research shows me. He won the under-17s AFCON with Morocco, right, last season. So he's going to be someone that's going to be chomping at the bit. Rosenior's the guy that's going to have to manage that.
Yes.
It'll be interesting. Look, I've openly said I don't know much about this kid. If anything, I know nothing. I don't even know how to say his name, Rabaj. But if he is exciting, as you say, if he's as talented as you say, he's going to have the hunger to follow as well. And maybe you're right. Maybe he does end up displacing Gittins. But that's where Rosenior's got to kind of manage that talent through. Equally, you blood him too early, and we've seen so many young gems in the past that had so much talent, that had such a high prospected ceiling that never reached the heights because they weren't utilised properly. I can't put too much of a finer point on it. Rosenior is going to have to handle with care. And this kid is obviously making noise in terms of his ridiculous stats of 100 plus GA in 40 games and whatever else. So he's making noise, much like Max Dowman, right? They're making noise, and then there becomes a pressure on it, and then the manager really has to kind of manage it. It'll be interesting to see how that happens. Are you guys going to get rid of any players as well this January window? I assume you probably will, like making a profit.
Tyreek George is going to go. Disassi is going to go. There's one kid called Castledine. I've never heard of him before. He's going to go. Sterling looks like he might be going, but he wants to stick around for the money. I think, look, it's good to balance the books.
Tyreek George? He was in the squad, yesterday.
I mentioned him. Yep, I just mentioned him as well.
Got it.
He's not going to be featured much in the first team. I think the best thing for him to go. He can play football, but he's been given his chances, and he hasn't really maximized on those chances. And I think that the Chelsea board and the management team have kind of lost a little bit of hope. So yeah, him going, but he can ball, he can play for the Premier League. Guys, let us know in the comments down below about Ibrahim Rabaj. That's what we want to know. Have you seen this kid? How do you think Liam Rosenior should manage his kid? Would you like to see him given a couple of minutes this season to really showcase what he can do and showcase the world what he can do? Let us know in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do that and like the video and click this video right here for our next piece of content. We'll see you lot in there. Thanks for watching.